You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Being Human After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Being Human After Show.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had raw brains.
Yes, that was the song that this episode's title was based upon.
Absolutely wonderful.
Love that song, man. Reminds me of my awesome childhood. I am here, and we are, oh, Bing is for doing.
Are we? What
Bing,
is?
Bing is, who, what, where?
Are you here, Sean?
Bing is for doing, and here we are doing another amazing episode of Being Human. We're on season 3, episode 11 already.
Oh no!
If I only had raw brains. Yes. I am your host, Shano, and I am joined to my left by my lovely and catty co-host,
the infamous Katarina Lee. Hello, everybody.
And we're going to be talking about this awesome episode of Being Human. Our topics are as follows: Aidan turns Kenny, Josh gets targeted by vampires, and lastly, Nora and Sally prepare for the wedding. Now, of course, there are a lot of other things that went on besides those 3, and we'll try to, put them into those topics the best we can.
Yes, as we always do.
Yes, we do. We do. You remind me if I forget things.
We're quite proficient.
Yes, we are. We're a good team.
Fantastic team.
But let's start off talking about Aidan turning Kenny, which pretty much happens almost right at the beginning of this episode. Yes. He finally gets to do it. And what was actually really cool is last week they released 5 minutes of this on Facebook, and me and my wife clicked on the link and we got to watch it. And we watched it via on my Apple TV via AirPlay. It was so cool. I was like, what? They released 5 minutes? This is so cool. We get a heads up.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to see him let Kenny out, and I was like, dude, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
And obviously we got to see what got to happen next. Kenny, he gets to spend one day being a normal real boy outside of his bubble, right?
Yes, he does.
How enjoyable was that for you to watch?
It was fun. It was, especially when he lay down in the grass and he was going, it's so green and everything, and it just reminds one that, when you see something every day, it's normal, and you think it's no, there's no miracle in it, but there's magic in every little tiny thing, every little blade of grass.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and we should appreciate it more than we do.
It's so green. The grass, it's so green. And he was sliding out there on the grass, running all fast after that
Playing
dog.
with the dog. Where did the dog come from? That was somebody's random
Whose dog was that? It was a cool dog, though. I like those dogs.
It was.
Do you know what kind of dog that is?
No, it's it was similar to a Labrador or something, but it wasn't, was it? It was
it was. I thought it was a wiry-haired dog, one of those that are skinny with I don't know, the long face, but they're kind of almost like one of those terriers from Lady and the Tramp. That one that's black, but it's big.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you can imagine it.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
Hopefully some of our fans could comment or tweet at us and tell us what that dog was.
Who lost a dog at the park?
But anyway, Kenny, he has a bucket list for himself of things that he wants to do, and which includes drinking, going to strip clubs, and doing drugs, etc.
Yes.
Which was really funny, and I enjoy him being out of the bubble so much. I want to see more of him. I do not want anything to happen to Kenny.
No.
He really makes the show a lot more lively than it normally, even though it's funny and lively as it is. He just adds another dimension to it.
Yeah. He seems so young, though. He doesn't even really seem 18. He seemed sort of out of place in that strip club, didn't you think?
Well, I think it's because he has spent no time in the real world. Remember, he's always said oh, this is the first I've ever been this close to a girl.
That's true.
Because he's been in the bubble his whole freaking life.
Yes.
But now he gets to go out there and he gets to, he doesn't see the stuff on TV anymore. He gets to, and who knows how much they censor his television, right?
That's true. How much? Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't let him really see anything, what's the word? Explicit.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure they got parental controls on that TV.
I'm sure they do.
That he had in his bubble.
So let's talk a little bit about why he wanted to, right then, be turned. Why that was the moment. He was scheduled to have this operation. He decided that he wasn't going to have it.
That's right. He was supposed to have the bone marrow. Was it a bone marrow transplant?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was supposed to have that done, and he ended up, he doesn't want to do it because he's going to have like all these treatments that he has to go through. Other than that, he has to do chemo.
Yeah.
He has to, he has to do a battery of, not tests, but like other things to make his body accept the transplant. And he doesn't want to have to go through that, and it's only a small chance for him to live. Of course he doesn't want to do that. It's like a cancer patient knowing that they only have a year to live, and we'll prolong your life by 6 months if we do chemo.
Yes, but on the other hand, if it did work, he may have a proper normal life as a human.
Yes, he could have a proper normal life. However, he doesn't want to be like that. He wants to be a Lord of the Night.
He does.
As he put it. He had so many great quotes this episode.
Yes.
I think my favorite quote that he said was, "Did I pretend to put my stuff away long enough?" When he was going into the basement and came back out.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was so funny. And what was funny about that scene too is that as soon as Kenny comes in and he goes down, Josh is like obviously very upset.
Yes.
And Nora, I expected Nora to be more upset than Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we all did because of her thing with Aidan that she had going on. But I guess in a way she's reminded of herself and Aaron, perhaps.
That's right. And she told Josh, like, hey, if you had the opportunity to help somebody out with your powers and give them a better life, save their life, would you do it? And he like pondered it. And it was so much better coming from Nora.
Yes.
That really shut him up.
Yeah.
Right. So she ends up giving Aidan a break. So that was really cool.
Yes. We wanted to talk about Kenny when Aidan turns the professor.
Yes.
And he comes and finds him at the end, and he's all like weird, and they had to do a flashback because he can't even recognize what he looks like.
No. Yeah, we see this weird guy walking around stalking Aidan at the park, at the bar, strip club, and then across the street from his house, and he's like, oh, here we go. And then it happens, and we find out who it is. I did not even think it was going to be the professor.
No, I didn't either. I had no idea. I thought somebody from the past. That even completely wasn't part of my brain at that moment.
You know who I thought it was, actually? When I first saw it, I was like, dude, is that Henry?
That's what I thought, too.
Because we never saw Henry actually die.
No, we didn't,
So I was like, dude, did he just get, like, disfigured or something? And he's, like, bald and disgusting now?
Yeah.
So, and I saw some other fans tweeting at Sam Witwer also.
Right.
And they were saying the same thing, like, was that Henry?
Right.
But anyway, and then Aidan ends up killing him very quickly, by the way.
Yes.
So that was good that we wrapped that up, because I don't think I would be able to fathom having another storyline with the professor involved and whatever he would do with, but at least it gives us some kind of insight. It's like, what's going to happen to, we should save this for predictions, but what's going to happen to Kenny now?
Yeah.
Is it like some kind of half wolf, half vampire thing going on right now? Because like the way that the vamps are taking in the wolf blood, what's up with that?
Yeah.
So it's fascinating.
It's possible.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of fascinating stuff, our fans should go onto the iTunes account for us and go ahead and type in the search bar for your iTunes. Type into the search bar Being Human. Guess what? We're like one of the first podcasts that come up. Woo! And give us 5 stars, rate and comment. And you know what? It only takes a minute. And tell a friend, because just word of mouth gets around, and we're like one of the top podcasts up there for Being Human. So
we're so amazing.
We're amazing. Speaking of amazing things, some of our fans have been saying some amazing stuff, like on iTunes. We had somebody, Harley Sigma, gave us 5 stars, and she said vampires and werewolves and ghosts. Oh my! Another allusion to Wizard of Oz right there. And she said, if this is a girl, she said, I was so glad to find your podcast this season. I have watched every episode of the UK and US versions, and I love the show. Your podcast is a great complement to the experience. If you lived in LA, if I lived in LA, I would totally want to join you. Happy face.
Very nice.
Well, that's neat. Thank you very much, Harley Sigma. Welcome to the conversation. And I had something else from, our YouTube channel. We had a fan of ours comment, Eric Floresca, commented and said, "Poor Pete, he was a cool wolf."
Yes, he was.
Yeah, it's too bad that they cut it off so abruptly when he was getting murdered. You know, of course they don't want to show it. But at the same time, it's like I kind of wanted to see some kind of goodbye scene at least. You know, but I guess they just don't have enough time. They have so much.
Yeah, because there was no real resolution to that scene. Also, Josh was thrown out, but you didn't see him leave, or what did he do anything with the body? Did he say his goodbyes? Did he just run? You know, what happened there?
Yeah, we don't know. Obviously, he made it back to the house, back to the hospital, because, you know, we open up the episode, and there Josh is talking to Aidan about the whole thing, and this is actually a perfect segue into Josh being attacked by and targeted by vampires now.
Yes, he is.
And what's actually really cool, and Josh said this quote in the episode, I think he was talking to Nora, he said, "All we know now is that Aidan's word doesn't carry very much weight with the other vampires." Or they just don't know, you know, it's like, oh, we can't attack Josh and Nora. How do they even know who those are?
Exactly. How would they know what they look like unless they'd seen them before? Even if they get, you know, a vague description, you know.
Yeah, what are they going to have, like wanted posters, like, or like stay away from these people posters for the werewolves? No, of course they're not going to have that. What are they going to do? Ask them to identify themselves each time, like, what's your name? And they wait for it. No, but that wouldn't happen. But anyway, I want to jump ahead to Josh being at the strip club.
Yes.
So I thought that was a cool scene. They were so serious, and Emily was with them. It was her idea.
Yes, it was her idea. I expected, I don't know why, I think as I get older, I get like weird, prudish, you know, tendencies from time to time. But I thought, why does Nora want him to go to a strip club?
Yeah, that's right. So Nora encouraged him. Emily brought it up, and then Nora was like, "Yeah, go."
Go to the strip club. Yeah, I mean,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's totally what you should do on your bachelor's, you know. But
Nora's very progressive.
Yes,
I like that.
Definitely.
But so Aidan ends up saying that he's smelling wolfy. And it's because he ends up, that's like right after he ends up stabbing that one stripper who's trying to bite at Josh.
Yeah, because she knows already.
She can smell him.
He's not turned yet, has he?
No, it's only been, I don't think so, because he still has that scratch on there.
Yeah, all of a sudden time stood still.
Yeah, I know. Like that. It's not moving forward in big ellipses anymore. They slowed the season down a little bit.
Yes.
But Emily, Josh's sister, she ends up seeing the stripper collapse in ash. And hearing the conversation, they're bantering back and forth about vampire, werewolf, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And she now knows, obviously.
Yes.
And this whole thing erupts about her. It's almost like they're doing a comparison. It was a really interesting conversation, because she's saying how much she doesn't like Aidan anymore.
Right.
And it's like, wait, what? They're defending themselves. She doesn't live in this world, you know? And she's looking at it from like this total outsider perspective, where she was even threatened. Wasn't she beat up by that one vampire in season 1? I don't even remember his name. But Bishop's little henchman.
Right.
I totally forgot that guy's name. But she was involved in this stuff too, and she doesn't understand how dangerous this is. Every day, pretty much someone wants to kill someone from the Being Human house.
Yeah.
It's like werewolves are after the vampires are after the werewolves, and zombies, you know, they're trying to kill people, and people are Donna's trying to get their souls.
Yeah, it surprised me a little too, because she was saying, you know, Aidan murdered that woman, whatever, but it was her brother's, I mean, maybe she wasn't listening, or she didn't believe Josh when he said that woman was trying to kill me. You know, it was basically, it's not even illegal if it's self-defense.
Yeah, of course. And it's for sure not illegal if they're supernatural and they're vampires and werewolves, because the laws don't apply to them.
So I guess she'd rather her brother be dead than Aidan kill somebody? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It was a little...
She's not thinking.
Odd.
Yeah, she's not thinking clearly.
No,
I would
she's
imagine.
Not thinking clearly.
Or maybe, you know, it's just like the writers like putting in something to make Aidan like an easy scapegoat again, to make him not have an easy day, pretty much. And I just thought, I really, in one aspect, like I was saying, I did like the conversation that they had, but in another aspect, it's like, it just seems so irrational.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
she's not thinking clearly or something.
Yeah.
And then Josh made like a funny little, not funny, but like a little analogy between between her being gay and him being a werewolf, and she was like, wait, are you, and she totally took it another way. She like inferred, wait, are you saying that a murderer is the same as being gay? And I just thought that was like, oh my gosh, that was so lame.
Yeah, because she's, I mean, is she a vegetarian?
I have no idea.
I like to bring that out. That's my favorite argument to bring up. Is she a vegetarian?
Doesn't she kill animals?
Doesn't she eat other creatures too?
Yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and move on to, was there anything else about that topic that you wanted to discuss? I don't think so, huh?
I don't think so.
No. All right, Nora and Sally prepare for the wedding with a penis straw.
Yes.
Which was really funny. Like right when she slipped it under the door, there's like a little bit of a shot of it, just a little fraction of a second. And of course you don't know what it is at first. No. But you know, I watched it 2 times.
Well, you see, I thought she said a peanut straw.
Oh no! Well, I'm sure
so I was thinking, what's a pea? Is it like a chorizo or something?
You know what? Actually, just from that size and that distance, I think the penis straw was probably about the size of a peanut, and about the same shape too. Yes. But it had, I think it had the shaft and the balls on there too. So it was a total legit like male genitalia straw.
Yes. Well, Sam Wentworth tweeted something funny about that, which I was gonna say for later. But
you want to say it for later?
It's come up in conversation. He tweeted, I think at Megan Rath, he tweeted that penis straw was molded on Sammy Huntington's junk.
Yes, I did see that, and I thought that was freaking hilarious.
That was funny.
I was gonna talk about that too. You beat me too. You beat me. But they're drinking the wine coolers. Yes. Clever, very funny scene, and unexpected. Yes. It was really convenient how Sally covered it with her hand, so you don't see the straw. She's just like sipping out of her fist, kind of. Yes. Very, very clever. And Sally, a little bit later, eats a bit of Aidan.
Yes, and says it's like a tire.
Like biting
into a tire.
I guess because he's a vampire, right?
Yeah, probably.
He's like super strong. He's got tougher skin than usual. I imagine that I'm sure that's probably because he's drinking a lot better now.
Right.
Right. He has a better diet.
Yes.
But it helped her a little bit, but not that much, I guess, because she needed to eat more, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Right. It healed up like the lesions on her neck, and it made the top lesion on her head smaller. And then
before that, she had kind of blood, kind of like it was.
Oh yeah, it was on her back. On her back. That was really bad. You know what? In that scene where she wakes up with the blood on her pillow, and she woke up from that nightmare,
yes.
I thought she ate Max. Like, I thought she ate him just for half a second.
Oh, and it was like his blood.
And it was like, yeah, his blood, like from her face or whatever. And she had like slept with him in her bed, and then she killed him in her sleep or something.
Yes.
But thankfully that didn't happen.
No.
And it was funny how they brought Max back this episode.
Yes.
Did you notice? Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say it actually. You know, it was also something that made sense that I hadn't thought about, that there was dead bodies there that obviously, you know, so it tied in really nicely.
It did, but she ended up stopping herself after she cannibalized one of the bodies.
Yes, yeah, because he didn't want her to.
Yeah, exactly. And oh, you know what? That was actually the dream. So she never actually really did that.
Oh yes, you're right.
It was the dream. Yes, I forgot.
I forgot too for a second.
We don't know which ones are dreams and which ones are reality. They mess with us so well on this show.
I know, it's so confusing.
But I thought it was funny how it seems like every episode they do Max's hair a little bit different. Did you notice that?
No.
Like when they first introduced Max, his hair was really high and like gelled down and tight and like solid. But as the episodes have progressed, it's gotten longer and it's gotten more like flowy and like it droops down and it's all curly and like puffy. Have you ever noticed that? Tweet at us.
No, not really.
Tweet at us, people. Tweet. Let us know that you guys noticed.
Yeah, but that was a really sweet scene between those two when, you know, Sally told him that she loved him and all that.
Yeah, that was a big deal too.
Yes.
That was a big step, and he said he wanted to say it so many times.
Yes,
but
never did.
But he's so timid.
He is.
How could that guy ever do that?
Well, in a way he's timid, but he did show his inner strength by standing up to her and saying, I just can't you know, I love you, I want to save your life, but I can't. It's my duty to protect the dead. So he does have a backbone for sure.
Yeah. He has to maintain his own morality in a way. Yeah.
Yes,
I guess like the boundaries of him and his job.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to abuse it.
No.
La la la.
Yeah. But I mean, that's great. I mean, how many people would do that? Most people would be like, yeah, I don't like those lesions on your neck either. Yeah, have a leg.
Hey, she's gonna get cremated anyway. Let's eat her.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nobody will know. Or eat half of, you know, half of this one, half of that one.
Yeah, or eat half of her, and then burn the rest so that there's some ashes remaining.
Exactly.
For the urn.
I think that would be okay.
I think so. But hey, he didn't want to do it.
No.
So what are we gonna do?
Yes.
Sally ends up visiting the psychic, who I can't remember what her name is for the life of me.
Something with M?
Was it something with an M?
Meredith or something?
Meredith? I don't know. I don't remember. But she has made so many appearances on this show since season 1. She's made what, like 4 episodes?
Yeah.
For being such a small part, but an important part.
Yes.
Nonetheless, because she got possessed by Sally once, the first possession. She ended up telling them, like Josh and Nora, where to go to get to Donna, the witch. And now she made another appearance. And she helps Sally. We don't get to see with what, but she's giving her some information, some incantations, perhaps, some Latin power to like spout out when Sally encounters Donna again.
And how about the scene where Josh decides that he wants to kill her, and they walk to Donna's, and he's got his little gun.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny?
The infamous little gun.
His little revolver. But you know what's funny is that when I watched it the second time, I was like, hey, where's his gun? Like, I didn't notice it. He just pulled it out so fast, huh?
Right.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I got this, and then he puts it back in his jacket. But it seems like Donna is pretty powerful. If she can make if she can make a whole building disappear, right? Yes. So what else do you think she can do with her powers?
Pretty crazy
stuff.
Yes. Yeah, pretty scary. And there is Josh's protective and his dark side again coming together, to where he's prepared to commit premeditated murder, basically, on somebody. So it's stepping up.
Yes, but these people are trying to kill him.
Yes.
So it's okay.
It's totally okay.
Because it's a chess game.
Yes.
It's like, oh, we got to think one step ahead. We got to try to get around them. And Donna, she's clearly the one who's like, she's like the puppeteer right now.
Yeah, and she's the super evil, so.
And who is she puppeting right now?
Ray.
Dude.
We were waiting for his big return.
He looks more fit now.
Yeah, he does.
It's all that flesh he's probably been eating, because I think he's a zombie too. What do you think?
Yeah, quite possibly.
I think he is. There's no way he could just be straight up human after having his heart cut out and being, hit. Pretty much, he is a part of Sally and Stevie and Nick. So it's pretty weird. It's like a weird little relationship they all got, sharing the same flesh in a way.
True.
But I feel like it was just such a surprise to see him back, and we talked about that, remember?
Yes.
In the beginning of the season with our episode 3.
You'd brought it up a few times, saying that we're gonna see him again because she was because of what she was doing at his grave with the blood spell and all that stuff. So yeah, so here he is.
Yeah, here he is, and he snaps the psychic's neck.
Yes. Not very nice.
No, not nice at all. And she was about to say something. She was about to say some kind of spell.
Oh.
To get him out of there, or I guess. But if he's a zombie, how can she get his soul out of there? I don't know. Isn't it bonded in a way?
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's difficult to know what to do right away. I mean, she would probably need a second to think about how to approach the situation.
Yeah, and she didn't have a second.
No, she didn't even have a second.
It wasn't even half a second. She got her nep.
It was just not long enough. She just croaked it.
I wonder if Ray has werewolf powers still.
I wonder.
If he's a werewolf zombie,
that would be cool.
Then he's twice as powerful. Oh well. But anyway, I think that wraps it up for our topics.
I think so.
Let's move into news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh, missed the little explosion there. Anyway, I have some interesting tweets.
Yes.
And you mentioned one of them from Sam
Yes.
Witwer. So I'll go ahead and read the other ones that I noted down.
Yes.
But Sam Witwer said, he tweeted, at Megan Rath, and I had a hard time keeping a straight face throughout that scene. I don't know what scene they're talking about, but it must be where she's eating him.
Yes, because that is hilarious.
It was a hilarious scene. It's just...
It's just something about the placement of the bite, like right here on the stomach. It's just odd.
Yeah, it seemed kind of fun. I guess it would be like the best place to chew off of.
Yeah, yes, I guess so.
And he ended up being vulnerable after that. He was like weakened, right?
Yeah, true.
And Sam Witwer also tweeted, at Bipolar Res, we shoot 2 episodes simultaneously in 14 days, which is a very tight schedule indeed. So that's like how they shoot their episodes.
Right.
Like it takes them 14 days to do two episodes, which that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
I would imagine they just shot 1 episode straight at a time, but they're like, I guess they switch off in some way.
I guess so.
Yeah. And there's that penis straw one that you mentioned, Kat.
Yes.
Sam Witwer also tweeted, if you squint, a lot of people look like Henry, #being human.
Right.
And that was, I think that, I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
wasn't that a quote? Did somebody say that?
Yes, in the show, Josh said that. He ended up saying like, oh, well, damn, what's the kid's name again?
Kenny.
Kenny. Kenny, he ended up saying like, when they were at the strip club, if you squint your eyes, he kind of looks like Henry. You're doing this all over again. It's like, dude, if you squint your eyes, anybody can look like anybody, right?
True.
Sam Witwer also tweeted, at Heat Renee, can zombies be turned into vampires? And he said, he was asking this like, I guess she was asking this as a question, and then he responded back to her, that's like a jet becoming a shark. It's not racially possible.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was funny too.
That's a West Side Story reference for anyone who's not old enough to remember West Side Story.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, the Jets and the Sharks is the 2 opposing gangs.
Ah,
yeah.
Very interesting.
Etc. Anyways, but actually I was wondering that too when he first came in and said, I can help you. For a second I thought, is he going to turn her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting if he could.
Yes.
I want to see something like that, like even just an attempt.
Yeah.
To see what the result would be.
Passionate love, I would imagine.
Passionate love. Ooh, it very well might
them
be.
Two.
I think I've seen some pictures floating around on the internet where they're together. It looks like they're embracing in a very, I don't know, loving, somewhat loving kind of manner. Like they get, maybe she's about to die or something.
Oh.
And then he's like cuddling with her, like sitting up. He also Sam Witwer also tweeted, by the way, that stunt guy, he was awesome. He was really making me stay out of the way of that pipe, swinging for the fences, #being human. And did you see that tweet?
Yes, I did, yes.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's in that tweet, he's referring to the that one guy, the professor, which I don't even know if that professor was a stunt guy, but banging on with the pipe onto the, trying to kill him in the alleyway, right?
Yeah, that was a good fight scene.
It was. Kristen Hager tweeted, at Sam Witwer, who's that sexy guy that's been following you? #being human. And Sam Witwer responded, at Kristen_Hager, so glad you asked. Pretty much one of the sexiest guys, trust me. You're gonna love this. #being human.
Well, they were all live tweeting during the show.
They do.
One day, and then they were tweeting each other as the show was going on. But I think Sam Huntington was tweeting from the SyFy channel's tweet.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it said something. He said something about he was tweeting from the @Being Human SyFy network.
Oh,
Twitter.
Cool. I didn't know that. Well, that's now we know. And
so watch out for that, if you watch the show live, you can tweet with the stars from Being Human.
Which must be very exciting and fun.
It's very exciting.
Now, of course, I can't do it because I wait until midnight so I can download it. At Connor Price _, who plays Kenny.
Yes.
He tweeted, it's pretty cool I get to say my first strip club experience was with at Sam Witwer.
Aww.
Oh yeah, and my mom was on set that day too. #being awkward. Very clever.
That is funny.
And lastly, at Connor Price _ tweeted, at Kelsey Leanne _12, my other t-shirt is a suit of armor, hashtag being human. I guess that was his shirt. Remember when he was in the bubble still? He had a shirt, and I noticed it said my other shirt something something something.
Right.
So he had, you know, he always has like clever shirts because he's a kid on the show. So he had a shirt that says my other shirt is a suit of armor. Which is pretty funny. I wonder what that's an allusion to.
Right.
But maybe it's just like a video game nerd kind of illusion. Funny stuff. I think that about does it for news and gossip. Let's move into our predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
My personal favorite part of the show.
Yes.
It is.
Oh, predictions, yes.
Would you like to go first, Kat?
Well, sure. Can I do a spoiler?
Do it.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Did we pop your spoiler alert cherry there?
I think so. That's awesome. I love it. Well, there are pictures up that I think both Sammy Huntington and Kristen Hager tweeted about their wedding next week. So the SyFy Channel PR, whatever, tweeted these pictures of their upcoming wedding. And Emily's in the picture.
Oh, she is?
So that means they make up.
Yes.
They're
Good.
friends again.
I'm glad she's going to be there. Because no one would represent his side of the family. No one's going to represent Nora's side, though. I doubt it.
It's like Kill Bill 2 all over again.
Eek. I think...
Probably with similar repercussions.
Yeah.
Lots of bloodshed and...
It'll probably... Well, with all the witches and werewolves and other vampires that want to kill them, it probably will be.
Yeah. And Sally's there looking pretty healthy, so... Probably nibbled off of Aidan some more.
Oh, maybe. Or maybe she got something else to satisfy her thirst. Or maybe, what if she's a ghost? And that's why she looks so good.
Yeah, that's possible too.
I think Kenny will turn into some kind of messed up vampire.
Yeah, I think, yes, that must be because... Yeah, because Aidan didn't notice that about the professor until afterwards, right? Until it was too late.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he had that realization and he went, oh no, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the professor, he ended up saying something, which I kind of working my prediction into it. He said something to the effect of, I'm so hungry, so hungry. Maybe this only happens to them. Okay, because he has the hair falling out, the messed up teeth, the messed up face. Maybe that only happens to these hybrid vampires when they don't feed.
Right.
So it's like more obvious that they are something other than human, right? So that might be it.
Right.
I feel like Sally and Josh will find the witch Donna and confront her next episode. Sally will die next episode. This is a prediction. Judging by the teaser, you know, it seems like she encounters Donna, and then some spells or incantations are exchanged, and kind of like Harry Potter style.
Right. Well, perhaps she needs to die to get through the door to her. I mean, that's really the only way that she knows that she's going to get to her.
Yeah.
If she goes through that door.
Yeah, that's the only for sure way that she can get to her. We will see that Ray is a zombie too, but stronger because he feeds regularly.
Right.
And because he is puppeted by
Donna.
Donna, and I feel like he's gonna have eaten the psychic's body, and there will be virtually nothing left of her except for a pool of blood.
I like it.
And oh, go ahead.
Nora and Josh, is their marriage going to be successful? Is it going to be a wrap on the marriage? Are they going to get to do it, or is it going to be an interruption?
I feel like they're gonna be interrupted.
Like a wrestling marriage.
Unless I feel like
they always get interrupted too.
What if they end up getting married and then they go back on their honeymoon somewhere, and then because they're alone, that's where they get interrupted, and they're alone, so they get sequestered from everybody else and attacked more easily. Maybe by vampires.
I mean, I know they were looking at honeymoon brochures, but I can't see them leaving until the Sally thing is resolved.
No, I can't either. And lastly, I feel like Josh and Nora will kill Ray again.
Again!
Anyway, that's about it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on AfterBuzz TV and for listening to our podcast. And for those of you seeing us on the YouTube video, we will see you next week.
Where can we find you?
Oh, of course, you can find us. I almost forgot that part, Marissa. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, yeah, you can find us You can find me at Sean Austin O on Twitter, and you can find me also on Instagram at @ItSeanO.
And you can find me at Katarina's Infamy on Twitter. Tweet, tweet.
Tweet. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.